Dear students, as students of compulsory English BA first year, you may be asked the questions based upon passage of a poem where you are supposed to give a reference to the context. Like here, we are given a passage. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive stamped on those lifeless things. Now you have to do reference to the context. You have to say that these lines have been taken from P.B. Shelley's sonnet. Sonnet, as you know, is a 14-line poem, right? So it's a sonnet, and the name of the sonnet is Ozymandias. And in it, the poet brings out the vanity of human glory and power. Means it is useless for a human being to be proud of himself or his achievements, because his existence on this earth is temporary, right? Then you have to explain the lines. Like the poet says that once he met a traveler from an ancient land. The traveler was coming from Egypt. And then he told the poet about the broken statue of King Ozymandias. The ancient land referred to in the poem is Egypt, and Ozymandias was in fact the great Egyptian king Ramses II, right? And the traveler said that he saw two huge and trunkless legs of stone standing in the desert, and near them there was a broken, shattered face that was half buried in the sand, and it had only an angry frown and wrinkled lip and looks of command and lovelessness, and no pathos were there, no kindness was seen on his face. So he was a ruthless king. He was very proud, and he always thought that nobody could equalize himself and his achievements. And the sculptor was so skillful in his art that he read those passions very well, and he could understand what the king thought and how he felt, and what sort of personality he had. And then he stamped those passions on the lifeless features of the statue, and both the sculptor who translated them on stone and the king in whose heart those passions thrived are no longer living, right? So this statue remains after both these persons have left this world. The sculptor is dead, the king is no more, but this work of art, the statue, still remains, and sculpture's work of art still lives. And the poet perhaps mean to say that art lasts longer than human existence.